What is up, everybody? This is Mark with the Mic, and it's another The Wrestling Babble podcast by Wrestling Inc. I'm Mark the Mic, and joined by Louis Beans.
What is up? What is up?
And today is Survivor Series, and today is the farewell of The Undertaker. You gotta say
Okay,
it
I got a question, Mark.
from the soul.
Who's your favorite person to announce Undertaker? Do you have one?
I gotta go with Paul Bear.
Okay.
Just the fact that it was annoying as shit, but
Wow.
you felt it. You felt the chills in his voice when he said, "My Undertaker."
Wow.
But I will say, honestly, I'll say like McMahon was one of the few. He always had that "you're fired" kind of like lungy that came
the
out.
Raspy,
When he said,
Flimmy.
Yeah. But I'll say Paul Bearer, just the fact that I feel when I see Paul Bearer, I see Taker, I see Paul Bearer, and that's something that keeps in my mind.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
How about you?
Appreciate that. I was going to say Paul Bearer as well, because,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like I think Paul Bearer was great. And you know what's funny? I was just thinking about it, and I'm because me and Minion, shout out to Minion with the Opinion. We were just talking about, just reminiscing about Taker matches. We were like, what are your top 5 Taker matches? And what I put up specifically on the Wrestling Babble Facebook is like, what are your top 5 non-popular Taker matches? So matches that was not on a pay-per-view, wasn't like a starting point. So Shawn Michaels Taker don't count. You gotta find those. You gotta find those Monday Night Raws or those SmackDowns or those. Brand pay-per-view.
I gotta admit something, Mark.
Yeah.
I never saw that match.
You never watched WrestleMania 25, Shawn Michaels Taker?
No.
So that's homework for you today.
Yeah, that happened during a period where I wasn't watching.
I think that's honestly, I will say this with Minion with the Opinion, because that was probably one of the second pay-per-views we watched together. Because when me and him got like really close, I'm the one that got him more back into wrestling. Like I was watching it every day. I was like talking about it all the time, and I was trying to, remember this? You want to order this? You want to like watch a pay-per-view together and stuff like that? And it kind of got him back in, just juices flowing, going back into it. And I think it was Shawn Michaels HBK that got him like fully hooked back into wrestling again. And NXT. But other than that, I think it was that match. It was like, wow, they are letting guys wrestle like this and putting up a performance like this. I say the first one is the best match. They had
more than one?
So they had 2 matches in WrestleMania back to back. So it was 25 and 26 that they had the back to back. The second one was just a bunch of false counts and things like that, and like shenanigans outside the ring. The first one was more of a match. First one was like everything balls to the wall and things like that, and you didn't see any of this before. So basically, when you watched the second match, you saw a lot of the spots already.
Oh, I got you. I understand.
I think so I was asking for top 5 matches that were not like a highlighted match. So the Shawn Michaels Taker don't count. The Triple H Taker like 2 years later don't count. I want those pay-per-views that no one really watched, and those matches that shine. One of them that shot out to me was Kurt Angle versus Undertaker for the world title on No Way Out 06. I think Taker and Kurt Angle has some really good chemistry, and I think especially when he was the American Badass, they had this whole angle that Kurt Angle was trying to break fucking Taker's ankle, and then he got to a point that he fought Kane, and Kane and him had an amazing match on SmackDown, and it led them to a pay-per-view fight for the world title.
So I think I remember that. So I know what period of time you're talking about and which Kurt Angle. Yeah.
I say that was one of my highlight ones. I think Taker surprisingly had an amazing match with Rey Mysterio on a SmackDown. I forgot the date. But that was the first time they ever fought each other, and he actually put a match for Rey Mysterio to actually have a match.
I'm looking at a listing of all his matches, just trying to jog my memory. And the one you're talking about, I think it says December 20th, 2009, SmackDown.
Yes, that
Rey
was
Mysterio.
Yeah.
And it was a draw, apparently.
Yeah, it didn't. It ended so Undertaker had like a lot of amazing matches, a lot of foes. He's been doing this for 30 years. But like I was saying to you before we started the cast, like his earlier years are kind of scarce because again the lack of talent. Like Taker was a hybrid of his own time. Like honestly, if you send anyone that could compare to Taker, like the way he moves and things like that, I'll say the closest one is Kane. Which is supposed to be it's supposed to be his doppelganger kind of thing.
Yeah, true.
Only if they found Kane when they did the Taker versus Taker match.
Yeah, you're right.
Only if they found him during that time, because I think he would have been a better Taker than whoever the fuck they got.
You're right. Do you know who that was?
I don't
know. Fake.
Honestly, I did not like it, so I kind of like blanked that match out of my memory.
I like that. That is one of the moments. I don't remember the match, but that's one of the moments from being a kid and watching wrestling that still is stuck in my mind.
Yeah.
That also the part with the mask.
Yeah.
Like I remember that.
Oh, the also bone mask he had.
Yeah. Also remember when he quote unquote died? Because what he lost the match to Yokozuna?
Yeah, he got buried. He got put in the casket.
Okay, Merc. This is the funniest, but one of the also the most memorable things about the Undertaker I remember was, I think it was a Monday Night Raw or whatever the Monday show was called back then, right?
It was Monday Night Raw.
Okay, so he lost that match, and then they had him like on the screen.
Yeah.
And then like they said like a garbage truck driver saw him, and then they had like this Undertaker sighting.
Yeah, and
in the streets.
Then Leslie Nielsen took the detective lead and started looking for Taker.
You understand what I'm saying? When that's really memorable.
And then
it's
that's wacky,
and crazy, dude. Like,
and wow. I think it was that SummerSlam when it was Taker versus Taker, because then my $1 Million Man brought back his own Taker, saying that I found him and he wants money. So that was the Taker that was the second Taker, and then. And then they hired Chuck Norris to investigate who the real Taker was.
What is going on?
And then towards the end, that's when they actually finally fought, and that's when Taker versus Taker. Sadly, that match was doo-doo. Like honestly, that match, especially after you got Bret Hart and Owen Hart fighting in a steel cage for the world title, and then you put that match on. That's sad.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, Brett and Owen like stole that show, like hands down. And then you put that shenanigan match, and there was a lot of shenanigans happening with Taker. But some of them were good.
Hold on, I'll correct you for one reason and one reason only. A child brain does not give a damn about work rate.
No, it's true.
And wrestling holds.
It's true.
Because
it is true.
I can imagine that I did see that as a child, and I have no recollection of the Bret Owen match, but I remember the face off.
Yeah.
I remember that so well. I remember like didn't DiBiase like hold up money?
Yeah.
And the Undertaker the fake one responded the same way that Undertaker would.
Yeah.
And then, you know what? As a kid, I didn't think that's dumb. Why would you do that?
And then you have Paul Bear with the big ass flashlight in the fucking urn.
In the urn, yeah.
Oh man.
Brains work differently. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like back in the day, like a lot of the shit that they did back in the day, I don't think you can hold off now, because I think people are impatient and don't want to just believe in what they believe in on TV kind of thing. Like honestly, like if Taker started now, I don't think it would work. I
would say give anything a chance, because the ones that speak the loudest are usually the critics. But if you ask a kid, because it's for the children for the most part, I bet you they still love it.
Yeah, that's true.
I bet you a lot of children.
Bray Wyatt gets like that kind of feel.
I was gonna say, I bet you a lot of children's favorite wrestler when he was still active was still Kane.
Yeah.
Like I could just we know the difference between a good match and a bad match, but when you see two big colorful dudes like going at it, it's like, and especially when the shenanigans are involved, they're just going nuts.
I honestly think Kane helped revitalize the Undertaker in a way, as in during that time, like all right. So Taker had lack of big people to fight, and then the ones that he fought were okay, but weren't the greatest. Like besides the legendary people like Yokozuna, Kamala, which Kamala and Taker wasn't a good match. It was just it was
It
more a
was more of a
spectacle.
comedy spot. Yeah,
Yokozuna
yeah.
and Taker was a decent match. Like that was actually a good
Hmm.
match because Taker, Yoko could go.
Hmm.
But you had like Huge Morris or whatever the fuck his name was. It was this really big black dude that made the
Oh,
urn
you talking
into a
about the?
chain.
I know what you're talking about. Yes,
You had
yes.
guys like that was fighting Taker, and Taker wasn't happy with that. He had fucking Mabel fight the Taker, and Taker didn't care for him either. Like he
Hmm.
didn't have like the talent. Like Kevin Nash finally fights Taker, but that was like Kevin Nash was out the door after that. You didn't have like that was the
True.
guy that you were supposed to have fight Taker. Like those are two guys that could move, and they're two big guys. He did had that with Sid Vicious too, but Sid and him didn't have that long of a thing either because once the WWE title went to Taker, that was it. They didn't fight again. So I think
Gotcha.
Kane was the first one to establish, and to be honest, it's a 20-something year storyline that's still
You're right.
going to this day. Like they're still brothers of destruction. They will still betray each other when they get it, the chance. But that's like one common. Honestly, watch the Brotherhood of Destruction documentary thing they did on the network. It was really good, really fun. It's Kane and Taker talking about the whole thing, and
Hmm.
it's very good and very insightful. I love Kane. Kane is one of my favorite big men of all time, alongside with Taker, and that was, I think, Kane brought that extra like this is how a big man versus big man should be.
Got you. Okay.
It took Taker like 5 tombstones to pin his ass. And that it made and you
Oh
know what?
man.
And the magic thing about that first match was not even after the third after the last tombstone he did to pin him. Taker
Hmm.
still Kane still kicked out like right after 3.
Wow. Wow.
Those are the moments that you're like, holy shit, he's still fucking kicking out, even though if he lost, he's still kicked out. But
Yep.
those are the things that I think a lot of wrestling is missing is those added elements to a storyline, and that's something they didn't have to add, but that was something they added just to keep the credibility of Kane.
Hmm.
Kane is this
Hmm.
monster. Kane's ripping doors and burning motherfuckers.
Let me just give you a small taste
Yeah,
because of the Undertaker's matches in 1995.
yeah.
Kama, Tatanka, Unabomb, Kama again.
Oh, Unabomber is King.
Okay.
That was in
Oh, okay.
that was in
Okay.
Smoky Mountain.
Um, Mabel, Barry Horowitz, Mike McReynolds, Mike Bell, Tony DeVito, and Jeff Jarrett. And that's
Yeah,
just a sample of 1995.
that was 96.
I-
It's good
No, this
90s.
is the listing from May through for September through May of
Yeah,
'95. That's what we fought back then. Yeah, no, not great. So
yeah,
I know what you mean.
yeah.
I know what you mean.
Like he didn't have the talent. Like honestly, I think down the road, that's when Taker started to get having better matches, and started being more memorable. The Mick Foley, honestly, even before the Mick Foley throwing him off the Hell in the Cell, they were known for that boiler room match they had.
Hmm.
I think Mick Foley. I think Mick Foley came in the right time for Kane for Taker as well, because it gave you space from Kane, and then you had this other delusional, demented motherfucker that wanted to take her down, and Mick Foley was one of those dudes, and especially with the Mankind character, and
Yeah,
I think those were the best years for Taker going on from there.
yeah, I could definitely see it.
I think the talent came away, even though they still had him fight the not so good big men at times, but he was more established because you had guys like Kane, yeah, guys like Mick Foley.
He fought. Hold on. He fought Diesel too. Wow.
Yeah, Kane.
I don't remember that.
That's Kane
I know,
again.
I know. I'm just saying, but like, I don't remember him fighting Diesel too. I don't remember who Diesel two fought.
I think Kane fought Taker at least in every gimmick, and Taker been pushing for Kane to be something else, to be something that he could work with because he liked working with him.
Okay.
So he was Unabomb. That was in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. He did a little synth there and did a match there. Then he
Okay.
did he was Isaac Yankum. He fought him as he was Diesel first. He fought him as the fake Diesel. fought him as Isaac Yankem, and then he fought him as Kane.
That's hilarious. How long was Yankem?
95.
Like, not even that long, though, right?
No. He had one big thing with Brett, and that was the end of it.
Okay.
He was Jerry Lawler's dentist.
Wow. Wrestling is silly, y'all.
Yeah, and they had the I Kiss My Foot match, and then Brett put his whole foot in his mouth.
Man, that's messed up.
If you hear the shit that I'm talking about, like he's like, a Kiss My Foot match. What the fuck is that? Yeah, I mean, they did that shit.
I mean, you say that, but then we got later on Vince McMahon just like, oh yeah,
the Kiss My Ass Club.
I'll show you something.
I'm playing with his butt cheeks on TV.
Yo, come on, how many people did that?
Tricks.
So many people. It was so many people. I think he made Mick Foley kiss his ass like 3 times.
William Regal did it. He's the one that fully puckered up.
Yeah.
But yeah, Undertaker is probably one of the legends that I think almost every fan was able to watch and see him evolve into the characters he was. I honestly think the American Badass is the most underrated version of Taker. I think the American Badass Taker probably had the best work rate matches than any other Taker.
That's when he was my favorite, like as a wrestler. Yeah. When he was on SmackDown as the American Badass, because it just seemed at some point, I want to say around when he first started doing that, he just came out and powerbombed people. Yeah,
one of my favorite things that they did, and I think they talk about it on the Brothers in Destruction, is I think I was on SmackDown. This is when they had the WCW Tag Championships and the World and the WWF Tag Titles. I think they just beat Chronic for it, or they beat DDP and somebody for it. I forgot who they beat it. But Chronic had like a little stint in WWE. So, see, really looking at it now, why did never got like Brian Adams to play to be the fake Taker?
Yeah, I know.
Like he kind of had his look in a way. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, there's a like a little skit that they did. It was Taker and Kane, I think, versus Kai and Tai for the tag titles.
Okay.
Now you see where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
So Taker is trying to be the big brother and teach McCain how to do the last ride.
Oh. No.
So Taker shows him on Funaki, I think. He does it on Takumi Shinoku. He does the last ride. So Kane was like looking at it. He was like, okay. So Kane did the same thing, but he flipped him over his back and he landed right in his face. And then Taker was like hit him and was like, no, you do it this way. He fucking last ride Takumi Shinoku again. And then Funaki, and then Kane finally does it. And then they fucking leave the ring, and they leave the ring, and that was the end of the match.
Poor Spike Dudley. I remember that. I remember that chokeslam.
But yo, watch that. I think it was a small clip. They actually showed in the Brothers of Destruction. It's probably one of my favorite scenes of them, because this is when you started getting the funny Kane, the more funny personality Kane, because this is when he started wearing the tank top instead of the long shit, and he still had the full face mask. But this was when he was going more comedic. He was like, he had promos, and this is when he did the Hulk Hogan promo and things like that.
Was that when he? Wait, did he have a voice, or did he still have the?
No, he had a voice.
Okay.
So he did like Hulk Hogan promo. He's like, you know something, brother. Yeah, that's like one of my favorite things of all time is Kane fucking doing the Hulk Hogan promo with The Rock and Hogan. This when Hogan was going against the NWO and shit.
Okay.
So this is like WrestleMania 18 after.
All right.
Around that time, because this is during the invasion and things like that, because WCW tag titles are in play and things like that.
Okay.
But yeah, I personally love American Badass Taker. Like, I think he's very underrated, and I think people, if you actually start really looking at his work rate and just how he was and how better of a character he was during that time, then I understand. Like, I felt like that badass time needed to happen, because honestly, it made it more appreciated more when he came back as the Dead Man. So, yeah, I like, but I appreciate the American Badass. I think he's probably one of my favorite Taker versions.
Yeah, I I like him. Like I said, the way he moved and stuff then,
Yeah,
and the way people reacted to him when he showed up
yeah.
was actually funny a lot of the time.
That's when
Because
he was able to move. He was able to move faster. He was able to do he was punching different. He was
that's when
moving different.
he brought in the gloves,
Yeah,
and then he started becoming what's the thing that Michael Cole calls him? He's one of the greatest strikers in
yeah,
WWE history.
yeah.
So that's when
And
that whole thing started.
yeah, that's when Ty Kibber started taking boxing and things like that. So he incorporated
Hmm.
in his skills. And then the last ride was a fucking. I call it the wedgie bomb because it looks like it gives you a wedgie when you go down. But it was a fucking. It was a great looking move. Like
Yeah.
that move looked vicious, especially if he did it to someone that was small. Oh
Uh-huh.
man, they
Like
looked like
X
they
Pac,
died.
like
Yeah,
X Pac,
like X Pac,
like Hurricane,
like
like
Taka
Christian,
Michinoku.
like Takumi Shinoku. Yes.
He did it twice.
Poor guy.
Oh man, rest in peace, Taka Michinoku. I know you live in.
They have to have a lifetime check, both of those guys, for all the stuff they got put through.
Man, Taka Michinoku.
He's most known for is falling on his face.
Yeah.
That horrible fall he took. Like, it's terrible.
They said it. Hold on a sec. They said it disconnected. Hold on. You know what? Keep going. Let me make sure it's running. Sorry. You get this
No
part.
problem.
It was
Yeah,
just,
well, wait, should I talk about my one of my personal favorite moments, or should I hold that?
talk real fast.
Well, one of my favorite things that the Undertaker ever did was when he threw Rikishi off the Hell of the Cell.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Because it kept doing. It was like showing like it was
How many
disconnected.
times did he fall off?
Who
That
Rikishi?
structure. Yeah, didn't Steve Austin throw him off for the revenge?
Yeah.
But didn't also Undertaker throw him off? Did he challenge
No,
him?
I
No,
don't
it
think
wasn't.
he took.
It
I
wasn't.
think it was just Austin. That's when he threw him in the back of the truck. I think
Okay, cool.
Taker.
All right.
Well, Foley just went off the
Well,
cage a few times. Because not only did he do it with Taker and King of the Ring, but he also did it at pay-per-view after Royal Rumble the following year as Cactus Jack with Triple
Jesus.
H.
Yeah, they were doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah,
People forget about that. That Triple H, he did a lot of crazy stuff with Mick Foley.
yeah. But did you see Undertaker's debut match?
I don't think so.
No. Okay. So his debut match was a Survivor Series match, like everyone. It was a Survivor Series. He was the mystery partner of $1 Million Man and his $1 Million Man team. He fought Dusty Rhodes, Bret Hart, Anvil Neidhart, and I think Tito Santana.
The one thing I remember from that is that right before him was the Gobbledygooker.
Oh God.
Oh man! So he's forever tied in history with that thing.
Yeah. Yes, he is. Maybe he was the gobbledygooker.
In spirit, maybe.
Maybe in spirit. Yeah. That's crazy. It's just crazy how long his career has been. And honestly, we thought we finally said goodbye to Reddit Mania after Roman Reigns' match. But then.
Man, I was mad. He put his hat and coat and gloves down. Come on, man. I was mad.
Yeah. It's crazy. It is really crazy to see how this shit goes. But yeah. 30 years. 30 fucking years. Alright, let's move on. Undertaker 30 years. We'll be talking about the next cast and we'll see what they do for it on Survivor Series itself. But yeah, 30 years of Taker. Hopefully it's this farewell. And if honestly, I feel like if he does another match or he does do something in that realm, it's gonna be like the Boneyard match.
I hope it's not the exact same.
I think it's gonna be something.
Different.
It's gonna be something different but less physical.
I would like him to do something with Bray Wyatt where it's just puppets.
just the this is your life in puppetry.
He just does the voiceover, so
Yo, they should do
doesn't have to
like
be
a
it.
Nightmare Before Christmas kind of style.
Oh, I mean, listen, they got the money.
Yeah,
Go all out.
I'm actually for that. Nightmare on Elm Street, Nightmare Before
Mm,
Christmas style match. So you gotta get clay animators and all that shit.
hell yeah, do
Get
it.
Tim Burton to direct
Yep,
it. He ain't doing
start
much
spending
now.
that money.
Yeah. All right. Let's go into the week in wrestling. Wrap this up, and then we go into Survivor Series predictions.
Hmm.
So Monday Night Raw was a slightly better show.
I think so. It got some stuff solidified for Survivor Series. I'll
Yeah,
put that out there. I was kind of sad. Listen, Mark. I know we love the New Day, but I just wanted the Hurt Business to win once.
I
All
didn't
right,
want them to win the title.
I wanted them to win. I wanted Shelton to have another belt.
I did not. I did not. I wanted. I was straight set in stone. I wanted New Day versus Street Profits.
But it was still, I think that was the match of the show for me. So
Oh, that match was fantastic.
I got what I wanted.
That match was fantastic. The world title match was great. Bray
Hmm.
Wyatt versus The Miz
Hmm.
was amazing too.
It was pretty funny.
It was good. We had a good show. Again, I say the weakest part right now is the women's division on Monday Night Raw. I don't care.
And the strategy of the brand to brand for Monday Night Raw in general seems to be self-destructive. I do not
feel like
believe.
all their strategies are all self-destructive.
Yes, I believe none of their teams are gonna win.
Yeah.
It's gonna be some dumb,
They open
goofy
up.
stuff that's gonna make the teams win, unless Braun Strowman just wins.
Yeah. So you had Asuka, Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke defeat Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, and Lana. Lana goes through the table again for the 15th time. And now she has a
Then we
chronicle,
get the story.
so you can watch
We get
it.
the story element though. Don't forget, because Mandy's hurt. We got
Mhm.
story injury to get her
Yeah,
out
two.
for real.
Yeah, two.
And then Dana, she got attacked in the back. Remember?
Mia Yim.
Yes. No.
Me-
Reckoning.
Reckoning, but she didn't get her spot, which is the kind of annoyed me too.
Yeah. That would have been interesting.
I would have took her spot, but no. Peyton Royce and the tag team of Peyton Royce and Lacey Evans is in that team. Like,
Jeez.
this is something that I also was talking about Menu with Opinion, and what's bothering me with this is something in general I've said about the women's division, period, and it's not something against WWE only, but it's for everyone. Women wrestlers do not have a choice of being a tag team wrestler. They only have to. They wrestle singles and get put into tag teams. You cannot go on a career as a female wrestler and be a tag team. There has not been one, and I feel like that's kind of messed up. I feel like men have the option of being straight tag team specialists or singles competitors.
And it's down to the people who run the business,
Yeah.
because they don't let them shine as the unit.
Let's be honest; they don't see money in the women's tag division.
This is true.
And it's sad.
This is true.
It's sad because I feel like, honestly, you had a natural tag team in Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, and you just had to break them up. But instead of breaking them up and actually pushing them to a singles comp, no, you put them in the back in a fucking tag team.
Yeah, that's one of the weirdest and most infuriating decisions. Like that. See, you and I both thought Peyton was gonna be like, all right, she's gonna be in the title scene. She actually did have a little scuffle with Asuka, and it was like, all right, so she's gonna be up there, and no, hang out with Lacey Evans. What?
Yeah.
All right.
That's what disappoints me, is the fact that lack of tag teams, the lack of use of the three brands. That tag title could go to all three brands. Why don't you use that? That don't make that's one title that just don't make sense. And as is the bullshit about the traveling, is bullshit about like the filming and things like that, because y'all all in the same area in Florida. I don't give a fuck what y'all say, but you guys could easily adapt to NXT. You can even NXT. You can even adapt SmackDown into the tag team division. But no, you heavy focus on one thing, and you cannot change that into the other. The women's tag team division could be great if you use every tag team you could utilize. You actually have some tag teams running on NXT in Casey Caruso and Carter. You have Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. You have some tag teams there. You have now Candice LeRae and the other chick, that the Scream chick now.
Yeah, she's the Screech. Yeah, I love it. I
Like
love it.
you have tag teams. You have teams that can look keep being. Honestly, I will if I would work. Honestly, I will work Peyton Royce and Billy Kay to like. I'll work a storyline to the way that it gets them forced back to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like they fucked up. They fucked with like the tag. Like say for instance, Survivor Series match. They both fuck around with the tag and causes them to lose. That kind of makes them kind of have to team up again because everyone else against them.
But you see, the hard part, I would love that, but the hard
Yeah.
part is that they've done them in general so bad that we don't even have both of them on both teams.
No, we don't.
Billy Kay's not even on the other
No.
team.
And she's been great.
She was hilarious in the one thing they let her have. The one segment she had this whole time, she was great.
Yeah.
And now we don't see her again. What?
Yeah. It's sad. It's sad, and like the tag division could be something if you actually really push. You have tags. You have women tag teams. You actually have ones that you tag team a lot. Then you have ones that you try to force on us that we have no interest in. And sadly, Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke, I don't care. Just don't.
And they didn't even have any type of like story. They just showed up together.
Mandy should have been singles. She should not have a
I
tag team. You
know.
put her right back into a tag team.
What's going on, Mark?
I don't know. I really don't know. I honestly do not know. And it's just, it makes me sad because, again, I like the talent. I like the women's division. I like to go for these girls to do good. But I feel like, honestly, it's not even the girls to blame. It's creative. It's writing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just lack of knowledge, lack of creativity into that division. There's no creativity in that division. There's no storylines. There's no outside storylines in that division besides the ones they focused on. They even had to add the women's champion because they had nothing for her.
You're right.
It's
You're right.
bullshit. It's like, yo, wake up. Like, you have talent, and this is the sad thing. You have the fucking talent. The women's Raw and SmackDown talent, it's great. They have great talent. They just don't know how to fucking use them, and it's terrible. It's sad. It's really sad.
You know what I'm just gonna put out there
Yeah.
as one of the worst decisions that they're making constantly
Yeah.
is to continue to put Lana through a table instead of finding a creative way to use her.
She's gonna find a watch. She's gonna find a way to win the women's title. She's gonna win the women's title.
But I'm just saying, like, that whole thing is losing any type of creativity.
Yeah.
So, like, what is it all for?
But when is
To
she
make you
gonna
feel
finally
bad?
reverse it?
I mean, Rusev. I mean, listen, Miro needs to teach her something because if she gonna reverse Nia Jax, that's gonna take some work.
Yeah. It's a lot of things that they have to really do something with it. Survivor Series, I'm giving you the excuse right now. Survivor Series is different than pay-per-view. After this pay-per-view, there's no excuse.
Yeah. Let's see what they do.
Who's Asuka's opponent? Who's the tag team women's opponent? Why the tag team women's only on Raw when they could go on SmackDown and NXT?
Yes.
It's sad. It's sad that, again, you make that rule, but you don't use it. You don't use it to your best of abilities. You have a lot of... I already said 3 fucking tag teams in NXT that you could easily go for those titles. I can name 2 more if you want. Like, they have the talent. You might as well take advantage of NXT's talent pool.
Yeah. I mean, they have the talent even on the same shows.
Yeah, but...
The Riot Squad is eligible to fight for.
But that's on SmackDown. They're on SmackDown. So
because they're the women's title, they can go on SmackDown.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They don't even use it to the abilities that they have already.
Yeah.
So it's really baffling.
Yeah, it is. It's just sad. It's just sad to see.
Don't forget, Merc. I mean, I don't want to just dump, but don't forget that also the tag team champs are also another thrown together tag team.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and it's another throw again. Like it's no like established tag team. There's no one. Honestly, I feel like no one is really established tag team unless they wrestled together for a year or some shit. Like they just got thrown together. Like Bailey, Sasha line up being established because they line up being a tag team for longer than they had to. And honestly, they were the best things part of the show for a while.
Yeah.
You had some good tag teams and certain people too. Like I wanted to see more of like Naomi and Carmella because I think they worked. They had a similar gimmick that you could easily work to them. They had a dancing gimmick. They both could dance. Work that.
Where's Naomi? My question to you, Mark.
Naomi's
Where's
disappeared. Naomi? She's I don't know. She's gonna be a puppet in the Wyatt family. I don't know what they're doing with that.
But you see, Mark, I'm trying to look for things, and it's just like I can't find anything.
Sadly, honestly, and this is something that's gonna be said and like that. Right now, the most interesting women's storyline right now is what Alexa Bliss is gonna do in the Wyatt family.
Yeah, I agree.
Hands down, that's the most interesting thing I have in the women's division right now.
Yeah, I can't believe Sasha. She's evil. You saw Friday.
Yeah,
they brought up the fact that she stole the belt, and she said, "Yes, I did," and laughed maniacally.
And Asuka let her get her ass kicked and watched and laughed. She laughed in her head. She didn't laugh in face.
But it's just, you understand what I'm trying to say, Mark? How can you feel sympathy for a person who's so evil?
She teamed with Baby Yoda.
All right.
That's all I got.
All right, man.
But beyond the women's division, we have the Raw tag team division doing the best of their abilities with the lack of tag teams in that division. Hurt Business and New Day killed it. I think this match is great. I love what New Day's doing, just incorporating new moves and just wrestling a different style that I haven't seen before. Xavier Woods being so aggressive is fucking great to watch.
Yes.
And
him also like trying to one up people because he's just that type of dude. He can do it.
Yeah.
And I love the little exchange he had in that match specifically with Cedric. So
yeah, it was really good. Really good match. New Day wins. They fight Street Profits on Sunday. Retribution defeat Keith Lee, Riddle, Braun Strowman, and Sheamus. I was actually happy with this.
Yes.
This was actually an even match.
But here's the thing. They still fighting each other and they're on the same team. And it's just like,
I feel that Retribution, all right, this is my little thing with Retribution, and I think this is how they should honestly take steps from the Shield. When one attacks, they all attack.
Yes. All right. Like, I got you.
I feel like they don't do that. They're not a team in that way, and that kind of bothers me. I feel like they should be a unit. They're Retribution. They're going to be a cohesive unit and shit. They need to fight together. They need how to attack together. The one thing I give Shield so much credit is just how they attack people. Yes. They were non-stop rabid dogs. If one is hitting you, the other one's hitting you. The other one's hitting you, the other one's hitting you. And there was no way you're getting out of that. If Roman's not there, if Seth was there. If Seth wasn't there, Dean Ambrose was there. Like, there was no way getting out of that. And
and it was believable. It was in a way that didn't make anybody look stupid or crazy. It made them look dangerous.
Yeah.
And you sat there and be like, yo, but this stuff with Retribution looking like putties, man, I can't.
Yeah.
Every time they get into like a little scuffle, they fall apart.
Yeah.
And then, like we say it every time we talk about them. They got two guys who are almost 7 feet. Yo, how they fall down like they made out of hay. Come on, man.
That's my biggest issue with that. And honestly, I believe in Ali. I believe in Mustafa Ali. Like, I really want him to have that shine because I see it. I see how strong he is as a character. And I just want to see that happen. Like, I see, like, again, he's telling us better story on his Instagram and Twitter than WWE that WWE could tell. Like, he's doing.
He better be careful. He better be careful. He might end up like Broski.
Yeah, man.
Just saying.
Getting himself over. Don't get yourself over on the internet. You got to do it the WWE way. And sadly, that's not gonna be the way that you're gonna go. But
he's trying.
It was a decent match. They actually had a good matchup with each other. Keith Lee's it does have good matches with most of these guys in the ring, so it worked in his favor.
Here's my thing, Mark. Does Keith Lee know that Dijakovic is what is it? T-bar?
I feel like he doesn't.
Because
in the wrestling world, he doesn't.
Okay, no, okay. Because again, there's things you can do here.
Yeah.
With knowing those two guys are very close friends, and I feel like people won't want to give up on Retribution too easy.
Yeah.
But there's little swerves here and there that you can pull and make something out of it. Because again, what's happening is kind of weak.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, there's a lot of things they could do. There's a lot of things they could do. Like, I can nitpick everything that they could be doing in these matches and to make it better, and they still don't do it. And it's sad.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad in a way is the fact that we believe in, we want to believe in this and being something, but it's also like dumb playing like we're stupid in that sense.
You know what I put it like? This is what happens when you be that fan that goes, all right, I'm gonna give it a chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm giving it a chance, Mark. It's not looking
I've been
good.
giving it a chance. Again, I believe in Ali. I think honestly, if Ali was not in this team, I would have gave up a long time ago.
Yeah,
But Ali makes me believe because I hear him talk. I hear the passion beyond his words, and I believe in that guy. So
Yes.
I believe in the team because of that. And I like their gear. I like this fucking Retribution shirts. Those shirts are dope. I don't like honestly. His stuff is dope. I think he's like a Dark Robin anyway. But other than that, it looks dope. Like I kind of want a Retribution shirt, but you guys gotta do better for me to buy that shirt.
100%.
Yeah. If not, I'm just gonna go for an old Ali shirt that's like $13.99.
I mean, this might sneak into predictions, but do you think we see Retribution possibly cause the Raw team to win tonight?
I think they caused them both to lose.
Ooh, wow.
They just destroyed. Honestly, if they could destroy both rosters, I'm all for that.
Yeah, I would love that, but that's far fetched because
It's far-fetched.
the way they have them is paper thin. The one thing I could see them doing is like the last man in the match. They come out, knock out whoever it is. Maybe it's AJ.
Yeah.
And then boom.
The smallest guy.
Yeah, SmackDown wins. Yeah, I mean, but like say Ali comes out, does a 450 on AJ, and then pieces out.
Just not the smallest guy.
Yeah.
Wait till the big guys are out. You can't handle that yet.
Exactly.
Oh man. I want this team to be good. I could see them disrupting that whole team. I could see either brand winning and destroying them. One thing they could easily do, honestly, I think is last thing. That's when you unmask them. After the beatdown and them taking out the team, you unmask them and tell them the reason why their retribution is.
Okay.
Maybe tell the story, and I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Anyway, Bray Wyatt defeats The Miz. I actually liked this whole thing. I thought it was fun. I thought it was great. Yes. And Alexa Bliss flew.
Yo. She was like, Mary Poppins, I'm out.
Yo, she flew, and John Morrison tried his best to save her and like catch her in a way. He caught her, but he flew in the process.
It looked like they fell off the roof.
Yeah, like it was good, and I just liked her. I think Alexa's like just facial expressions and things like that just sells the character so much. And Bray Wyatt, I don't mind Bray Wyatt wrestling as Bray Wyatt like this. Like he could wrestle. I think he could wrestle like this weekly. Like that'll be the character that'll be wrestling. The Fiend is a pay-per-view and special event, but him as this is could be shown daily. And be fine.
I do think it's funny. The Miz missed his kick and fell by himself. I'm gonna point that out.
Yeah,
that was hilarious because I don't think he did that on purpose. But he was like, I can't. Miz is such a. Here's the funny thing. Miz is such a. He's like Undertaker. He's the Miz all the time.
Yeah.
And the Miz realizes that because he stole this from Daniel Bryan, he can never hit that last kick. So even if you don't duck, he's gonna miss you, and that's what happened on with Bray Wyatt. I don't know if you caught that. I was looking at the little preview, and like he threw himself and he fell. And I loved it. I'm sorry.
And then we had Drew McIntyre defeat Randy Orton in the main event.
I mean, you could say you saw it coming, but I was pulling for Randy. I'm just saying.
I had McIntyre winning. I kind of, I would have took either one of these matches against Roman, especially this Roman now. I'm kind of want to know what would have been the promo against Randy Orton on SmackDown.
Yeah.
I'm very curious now. Because his promo was really fucked up to Drew. So I really wanted to see what he was going to say to Orton, seeing that they both are generation wrestlers.
Wow. True. Okay.
So they both had that silver spoon in the wrestling business and things like that.
Gotcha.
Beyond the women's stuff, I'm going to give Raw A-.
Okay. I'm right there with you. I'll give it an A-.
Like, honestly, I cannot. The New Day and her business, fantastic match.
Yes.
And Drew and Orton, killer match. Bray Wyatt, Miz, great match.
Retribution wins.
Retribution wins. Actually, take a win, even though I didn't like how they won, but they won. They won. We got to get wins on their thing, so we're good with that. Ali's promo was fantastic. The Firefly Funhouse is always fun, and I am enjoying what they're doing with Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss. I think this is some of my favorite things that are going on right now in wrestling.
Agree.
Like,
hard agree.
I feel this is something we said, and this is something we said way before this, is the fact that if they just go out and just have fun with this, it's going to be a fun thing, especially if they add like Alexa. When we started seeing the little steps of adding Alexa, and now they're showing it. Now they're showing what they're doing, and I'm actually very excited about it.
Yes, and it's creative. It's not something that we've seen before. Completely brand new, and they're letting the two of the most talented character. Like Bray Wyatt, we know is a master at it, and Alexa is she's not Alexa Bliss. She's whoever she is in real life, but she's so believable. She's so expressive.
Yeah,
that's one of the things that puts her above a lot of the people in just watchability. Like you could just watch her talk and be her character all the time because she's 100%.
Yeah, I agree. Like she's probably one of the best women's characters in WWE right now. For a while too.
Yeah. Since she left NXT,
yeah. Whatever you give her, even in NXT, I think she was one of the best managers there. Like if you gave her something, she'll kill it. Simple as that.
True that.
Kudos, love you, Lexi. You're awesome. Sir. Anyway, go into NXT.
Yes,
did you watch Dark?
I split Dark and the other show, so I got to see half of Dark and half of the other show.
So what you see of Dark? So because that was the day before.
I got to see a horrendous women's match, so we ain't gonna talk about that. There's some clunkers going on in the women's division on Dark, but there was a Team Taz had a few matches, but again, I always say whenever Ricky Starks or Brian Cage or anybody involving Taz has a match and he's on commentary, it is the best thing ever. So again, that's my highlight of Tuesday.
Okay. We go on AEW. We can go on AEW now because I watched most of it. I kind of drawn out a lot of it. I did like the hangover-ish thing they did this week with the Inner Circle.
Okay. Yeah.
It was super silly and dumb, and Hornswoggle appeared.
Yes.
Hornswoggle appeared in 3 Wrestling Federation things.
What a badass.
So I was fine with that. It was fun. It was funny.
Hard.
It was corny.
I give credit. I like the Top Flight match. I don't know who they are.
Yeah. So
I have no idea.
This is one thing I was telling Minion. I think Top Flight looks like a more crisp version of Private Party.
Yeah. Yes, you're right.
They wrestle exactly the same.
You right. You right.
So that's the thing. Is there's no. I miss having stories in matches.
I get you. Yeah.
I like having a reason for me to keep going with a match and watching a match, and after a while I just get bored, and then I'm just like, all right, he's going to go to a spot, he's going to kick out, he's going to go that spot, he's going to kick out. Put story into your matches. Honestly, it's not that hard. You guys are great wrestlers. I just don't need to see the flippies all the time. I need to see some structure.
True that.
It's not for me. So I this is my thing with the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks was never for me. I was never a big fan of Young Bucks. They have good matches. I admit some matches I like, but for the most time when they wrestle, I just don't care.
Gotcha. I thought it was cool.
I'm
not the most knowledgeable person of anybody independent.
Yeah.
Or from other federations and stuff like that. So to see these young dudes come out and be as crisp as they are, that impressed the hell out of me, dude.
No, that was good. They were good. It was a good starting for them. I give them credit. Again, I just want more. Something out of this match instead of just whoever could hit their special move.
Yeah,
times,
I know. Yeah, it was. You know what it is? You just saying that basically made it click in my head that the Young Bucks matches are exhibition matches in a video game.
Yeah,
They're not a part of the story mode. They're just, yo, you want to play wrestling? Okay. Turn it on, hit exhibition. You
and
pick your team.
all the
I pick the
S's
Young
on.
Bucks. Yes, all specials on. Let's
Yeah,
go. That's what it is. Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yep.
pretty much what it is. I did not care for Trent and Kip Sabian. Don't care for that
Yeah, I mean the
storyline.
story is kind of weak with that one. I
So
get the
yeah,
whole Miro and the arcade board thing,
I
but
skipped it.
it wasn't great.
It got skipped.
It wasn't great.
You had Moxley in the cleaner thing. I like what Omega's doing. I'm looking forward to this
Mm-hmm.
match. Hopefully, you get something good out of
I
it.
know it's gonna be good. I know
Yeah.
their match is gonna be good. So
Yeah, it's gonna be a good match. Omega's winning. Omega's taking that title.
I would be. Yeah, I mean,
I'm sad.
yeah.
Sadly to say, is predictable enough that Omega's taking the title.
You know what's more unpredictable was the promo made me believe that he's gonna lose. The Moxley's promo
Yeah,
talking about his baby,
yeah, he's having a baby.
and that was like apparently that's the first announcement in
Yeah.
public.
Yep.
So you announcing you having a baby, like, oh, you gotta lose.
Yep. And then they're talking about the Messiah. He's out. He's out for a while too.
And he had a fantastic match with Buddy
Yeah.
Murphy. Just saying.
Yeah. Anyway, go into that in a few. Yeah, the Vegas thing is fun. If you could watch that whole thing in one shot, I recommend watching it. Bastard Pac versus the Blade. I don't care about the Blade, but I care about Pac, so I'm just happy he kicked his ass.
It's a good match though.
I like Pac.
See again. This one it did something for me because it had stuff to go with Eddie Kingston, and he was on commentary the whole match.
Yeah,
So like I'll get engaged when you got something else going on besides just the match in the ring. Like, all right,
Yeah.
you talking about this and that, and why the Blade is this. Again, the credit I give to AEW is they've made me care about Butcher and Blade in a different way. Like, they're not my favorite tag team or
Yeah.
anything, but before I could give a shit who they were.
I don't care about Jade. I don't care about Randy Rhodes, so this whole thing didn't care. I didn't really give a fuck.
That was
That was
after last
sloppy
week,
as
dude.
shit.
After last week, dude, it was just nah. It didn't pique my interest.
At least we got a good women's match. NWA Women's Championship, Sarah Dweeb versus Thunder Rosa. I thought this
Yeah.
match was great.
It was awesome. It was something different too. I'll give that, because this did not feel like another women's match I saw this week.
Yeah,
And there was some really good women's match this week.
yeah. So,
So.
it was good. It was a decent match.
I would
for
say it's my
AEW
match
standards.
of the show. I say it's my match of the show.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. And then Britt Baker attacks Thunder Rosa after the match.
Mm-hmm.
Which
So,
she should be attacking Sheeta, but just saying.
Is that the champion? Is she the champion?
I don't know. I forget who's champion.
She
now.
has the belt.
She has a belt. Doesn't mean they
boy.
highlight that belt.
I know.
And the final match, all I know is Hobbs went heel, and I was fine with that. And I cheered because I hate Cody Rhodes.
There was a yeah, I was gonna say there was a cool thing that happened. Brian Cage hit Darby with a drill claw from the top,
Yeah.
and that looked cool because the way Darby sold it like he died. He rolled, stood up,
Yeah.
and fell like flat, and I was like, that was awesome. So yeah, I like the match.
And Hobbs
Of course.
went heel.
Hell yeah. Nobody likes Cody. Did you see? See, here's the thing. Cody's shirt said "Everybody loves me" or something like that on his shirt. So yeah, it was kind of foreshadowing that.
Like he gave you hints.
Yeah, he's bad like that because he does give you hints.
Yeah, I'm gonna give AEW a B minus. That's being generous.
I give it a solid B. Like the in-ring stuff I saw this week was pretty good.
Yeah.
Women's match, best match in the show. Darby Allin getting murdered was cool.
Sadly,
I like Pac begging back.
it's getting to a point that when I see certain people wrestling, I skip it.
You see Cody Rhodes, he's like, I gotta go.
Yep, unless it's like a important like title match kind of thing. If it's just a tag match, but then again, I kind of missed out because I should have watched it because Hobbs went heel. I did see the heel part go heel, and I was like, I don't like you, Hobbs, but I like that you just kicked his ass. So thank you.
You didn't want to see Ricky Starks? He was in the match
I
too.
like Ricky Starks, but I miss NWA Ricky Starks. AEW Ricky Starks not doing it for me right now.
You see, it's because you don't watch Dark. Again,
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you, it's different commentators.
Yeah.
And they Taz is on point and hilarious. And whenever Ricky's there, he was on commentary again this week. I'm just gonna point this out.
Okay.
They're the best part of Dark, really.
All right. I gotta watch Dark then.
Yeah.
What else we got? We got the North American. And then WWE NXT. Up next, we had the rematch for the North American Championship. Leo Ruff versus Johnny Gargano. This match was great, and then Damian Priest punched him in the mouth to fucking DQ.
Oh man. I mean, he did it for a reason.
Yeah, but I like that Leo Ruff is like, fuck you guys, this is my title, and I will take on both of them. So he's being a fighting champ to take on both men. I'm actually excited for that match.
Hell yeah. Leon Ruff is not to be underestimated.
Yep. Yeah, Dexter Loomis and Cameron Grimes in a blindfold match.
This was hilarious, dude. You see, again, this is why I love Cameron Grimes. He made the match, man.
Yeah.
He beat up the ref.
Yeah.
Yo, he knocked him out and then stomped him out. Oh. Then took off the sack and was like, I didn't do that. He did that.
And then you had that was good. Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell, which is a tag team, versus defeats Casey Carrazzo and Caden Carter, which is also a tag team. Hint Raw.
True that.
Good match. Solid match.
I agree.
None. It was worth watching. Kushida defeats Arturo Rutas, which is another person that forgot he was on Raw.
This is up there, dude. This might be for me tied with the main event because it was not long. I get it, but again, when I see two technical dudes that are badasses, and you get to see a badass one up a badass, I'm like, all right, dude, I'm invested.
Have you ever seen Ruda's match against Pete Dunne?
I believe so.
That was
I've pretty much seen
match.
most of his matches on NXT.
Yeah.
So if he had, you mean on UK?
No, it was on NXT.
Okay, I probably saw it. I got seen most of his matches. Yeah, he's amazing. Dude.
He's good. Like I got to meet him when we met Candice LeRae and them.
Okay.
Because he was just sitting there, so I was like, "Yo, your match with Pete Dunne was fucking amazing," and I started talking to him for a little bit, but I was happy to see him. He was actually really cool, very friendly, and then he gave me a free autograph.
Nice. It's awesome.
Tony Storm and Ember Moon defeat Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez. I actually liked this match too. I thought this match was fun.
I think it was probably the best women's tag of the week. Wouldn't you say?
100%. 100%. I like this style Ember Moon is bringing. I miss awesome. Ember Moon like this. I'm very happy she's back in NXT.
Hell yeah. She's underrated. Yes.
Timothy Thatcher defeats Austin Gray, and then Tommaso Ciampa comes and challenges Thatcher. That match is gonna be good.
Yeah, dude.
That's gonna be a brutal
I'm invested.
Match. I'm invested 100%. I like Timothy Thatcher a lot too. NXT Women's Championship match: Io Shirai defeats Rhea Ripley in a fucking hell of a match. This is what should have been the NXT Women's title match without Charlotte.
I agree.
Even though I like that match, this is not a comparator. I think I think this was balls to wall probably their best match.
Those two, period. Yeah. I think with each other, but I think this. See, because of the stuff that happened with the break and it looked like she was hurt. I don't know if that was in character or in universe. That was just weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's like the only little hiccup. But I mean, they kept going and they ended up still having a match that's pretty much one of the best this week.
Yeah, Rhea got stitches in her ear.
Yeah, I saw she got the hell kicked out of her head.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened to Io. Like she got the wind knocked out of her, I guess.
Yeah.
She wasn't really.
I have a feeling after Survivor Series, Rhea's going to Raw.
I hope not. Please don't go to Raw. Go to SmackDown.
I honestly, I think Asuka needs
What? So she
opponents.
can fight Charlotte?
I think it's for her to fight Asuka.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Like I don't see
All
none
right.
of the other women for are ready for Asuka right now. You haven't built them. You haven't done anything. You having her
True.
fresh out of NXT, I think you could easily build her for the world title.
We could have had Mandy Rose, but they decided to put her in a tag team.
Yeah, they like putting people in tag teams. Like, you know what? You're in a tag team. You're in a tag team. Y'all all in
Damn.
tag teams.
Damn.
Random people. It's just like you get picked with a random select.
Yeah, basically. Shout outs to Buddy Murphy.
Yeah,
I heard his story this week.
yeah. I liked it. I actually liked the story. Undisputed Era returns to brawl with Pat McAfee after this match. Bill Ballard pretty much came back and was talking shit, and they came out, talked shit to Balor, and Balor was like, I brought these guys too. So, Undisputed Era, great brawl, ready for War Games in 2 weeks. This match is going to be crazy.
I just want to point out when Adam Cole caught McAfee, it looked beautiful.
Oh, that fucking, he did like a karate kick.
Yeah, he caught him lovely.
He did like it looked like a bro kick.
Because the just the way it looked, my eyes were going all over to look at everybody in their individual little fights and stuff. But that one caught my eye. I was like, oh shit.
You know, one thing I'm gonna give Pat McAfee 100% credit.
Wow.
He goes into the move. Like he will take it. He will take it right in the jaw and take it like and happy. He took that kick directly to the jaw. And went with it 100%. I think Pat McAfee is going to be something more in NXT down the road. Like, I think maybe the wrestling ability he has to pick it up, but I think character wise and everything else he has.
He's what they probably wanted Gronkowski to be.
Yeah, because he's going with everything. I think that's exactly what it is. He's what Gronkowski was supposed to be, but Gronkowski was going to be a gimmick. He was not going to be nothing bigger than that. McAfee could be more in NXT.
You right.
And War Games is starting early.
Oh, really?
Oh, well,
is ahead of time?
No, it's starting later, but this started early with this big brawl.
Oh, you mean the brawl came to NXT. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, but War Games I think is December 6th. You're gonna have a female War Games, which you can see them ready putting teams together, as in Raquel Gonzalez, Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, and Andy Hartwell is going to be one team. And then you're going to have the other team, which looking like it's going to be Ember Moon, Toni Storm, Shotzi Blackheart, and it's going to be maybe Rhea Ripley.
Okay.
Because Rhea Ripley, she's a survivor. Actually, it's funny because her and Candice LeRae survived War Games last year by themselves.
Gotcha. Ooh. Okay.
Remember,
I see what you're saying.
Because Dakota destroyed Tegan Nox and Dakota betrayed the other team.
You know what's messed up? I forgot about Tegan Nox. Yeah. I feel bad.
Yeah, she's injured again, sadly. But then again, I wasn't remembering her when she was healed either, so she didn't have anything that was like really outstanding. I will say I did not get to watch the full show. I did watch the Kaylee Ray versus Piper Nevins match, and that match was crazy as hell.
Okay. All right.
I'll say watch NXT UK. NXT UK been a great hour of wrestling and very fantastic show. 205 been good too. I have a feeling because there's talks of Triple H wanting a second show for NXT, which I feel it might take the 205 time slot and just make a second NXT show.
Oh, all right. I mean, I guess that's good because now 205 is a half an hour.
Yeah.
Or is it 45 minutes or something like that?
It's usually like a half hour or so.
Okay. So, I mean, I guess they'll just stack another half an hour on there. You think they're going to do that? Or they're going to do another 2-hour show?
I have a feeling it might be an hour show. It could be. I think they could easily run a 2-hour show and be perfectly fine. But I feel like this is like the second show could be where they showcase the ones that hasn't been on TV yet and things like that because the lack of house shows. They don't have the experience they used to have now. So they have to start getting some of these guys on TV.
True. You know, that reminds me of things like Booker T's school. He has a show, Reality of Wrestling. They do their thing. MLW is still doing their little so it's not uncommon to just have young up and coming talent just Develop, yeah, do it.
I have a feeling if the second show does come out, I think it's gonna be like a YouTube thing. I think it's gonna be directly on
Oh,
there
that's
and on
even
the
better.
TV, because I feel like it's gonna go back to the roots of what NXT was, and that was a YouTube show.
I mean, it's even better.
Yeah,
Why
so
not?
it'd be interesting. But
Just don't be on Tuesday. Please don't be on Tuesday. I gotta watch Dark. Don't do that.
Dark and NWA whenever it comes back.
I mean, they keep saying. So, where's my man Zicky Dice? He lost his belt. So where's he at?
I don't know. And then SmackDown. We got
Yes, sir.
the New Day back with the introduction by Big E, but then we didn't see Big E for the rest of the show, which made me mad.
Yo, you right. I didn't even think about it, but you right.
Yeah, great match in the beginning though.
What they doing with Biggie? What? Come on, Merc. Why you gotta say that and not go into it? What's
I'm
happening?
just saying, like, you did
Where's
not
he
use
at?
Big E, and honestly, what bothered me is one, you had the IC champion there,
Yes.
and you
Yes,
didn't
you
have
did.
Big E come out for that.
True that. True that.
I wouldn't mind.
I'll take
Baron
him versus
Corbin.
Bob.
Yeah, exactly, and I wouldn't mind Baron Corbin and Sami Zayn teaming up as a tag team. I would not at all. Like, it seems like a very cocky tag team, but I feel like you have a singles title. You could have had Big E versus Sami Zayn instead of having a 4-man tag.
I agree.
And honestly, it didn't have to be a far IC title. It could have been just a fight, just the fact that he's talking shit. And Big E not getting included within the whole shit talking kind of annoyed me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Natalia defeats Tamina for the last spot for the Survivor Series match.
Outraged.
Bailey also joins the team and
I'm
pretty much
salty.
established her as the leader.
I'm so salty. I wanted Tamina to win.
Yeah. She did not.
Damn it.
What else we got? We got Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns make their Survivor Series match official. Fantastic promo by Roman Reigns. Drew McIntyre kept up with his side of the things too. It was a very good back and forth, but Roman Reigns fucking killed it.
Yep.
With him sitting on the head of the table, to just his like I've always been saying, I like his demeanor. I like that he don't talk loud. He talks very slowly. He talks very directly to you. Like, he doesn't talk like the crowd is there.
Yeah.
He talks
You're
like
right.
he's just talking to you directly. And everything he's doing and everything he's saying, Roman Reigns is fucking killing it. So
I agree.
all y'all haters on Roman, suck it up. This is probably the best Roman we had in years.
Yes.
Murphy defeats Seth Rollins. I think that's gonna be my match of the week.
Okay.
Besides
I could definitely see
getting
that.
the gun and shooting him.
Maybe soon. Papa Ray's gonna give Murphy the gun.
But
Okay.
it was a really good match. Cash and Murphy Law wins the match. Murphy has probably one of the best knees ever. He has one of the best. I say he could go against Omega's V Trigger any day of the week.
Yeah. It's just the way he could catch you from nowhere too.
Yeah. I'm liking it. I like it that honestly it could be something different than a super kick because everyone does a super kick.
You're right.
I'm digging it. Really good match. Yeah. Anything else to say?
And it made it more special hearing the After the Bell last week, where he was talking about how he's learning from Seth and is trying to like surpass Seth Rollins because he knows how the type of person he is to the company is that he's just like he's that dude. He's up there.
Yeah.
You forget because he's doing a character thing, but Seth Rollins is Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
So that's like having fucking. It's like having the Rock in his prime. You know, one of those dudes that's in their prime. Triple H. All right, Triple H is the champ. He lost the belt, and now he's in Evolution. And I'm a young Randall Keith Orton.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna learn from Triple H.
Yeah.
But it's like that type of situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
We got, and they celebrated. It was a good match. Very good match. Sasha Banks confronts Asuka, and Carmella comes to attacks, and Asuka just watches it happen.
It made me completely upset how they still try to portray Sasha as a good person. She's evil. I know it. You know it. That's it. Michael Cole. No, not Michael Cole. Excuse me. The woman who was it Charlie?
Charlie.
Who was narrating the thing? She asked the question about the belt.
Oh, Kayla, I think it was.
It was Kayla. Okay.
Yeah,
She
Kayla
asked her.
SmackDown. Yeah,
She said, "You took it." No, it was Michael Cole. I was
that was
right.
Michael Cole. Okay.
He was officiating the thing, but he asked the question about the belt. She stole the belt and laughed in Oscar's face.
Yeah.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. I can't. I hope Oscar tears her head off.
Gonna rip your wig off.
Yes, and puts it on her head.
Put it on her
Like she
head
skinned her.
and then spray you in the face.
Damn. All right.
Go all the way.
Yeah, you didn't have to go all the way.
Go
All
all the
right.
way.
Jeez.
Go all the way. Destroy her. Make her look like Baby Yoda with the green mist.
Ooh, yeah, and then call Bailey, and then let Bailey come out and beat her up, and then Carmella comes out and beats her
See,
up.
this is one thing at least they're establishing. They're establishing at least a contender for the title.
Yeah, and an
Carmella's going for
annoyance
that title.
because it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's just hilarious. I'm busy trying to conduct business, and I get beat up by this woman in a red latex outfit. What?
And then she does not say none either. She doesn't say why or anything. She just beats her ass. And like, okay, why you're ready? Why?
I know.
I'm fine with that though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do it.
And then main event, another great match, and I think this was also one of my favorite up there matches was Daniel Bryan versus Jey Uso.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is Daniel Bryan part of the Survivor Series team?
No.
Who's the last member of the Survivor Series team?
Oh shit.
Oh, Otis. Otis is.
Oh, I forgot they had a skit with Otis. You're right.
Which they should have put Big E in it. Big E also not in the
Hold
Survivor
on,
Series
Merc.
team.
Hold on, Merc. You telling me Big E's still not? He didn't make the team.
He didn't have a match for the team.
So they didn't find a way to put him on the team. He doesn't have a match for Survivor Series, right?
I don't know what they're gonna do with him.
What's happening with Big E? All right.
Maybe he'll do something in the Street Profit match.
I mean,
I don't want him to go heel though. Like everyone's saying, oh, he's gonna tech New Day, and like I don't want him that.
no. I mean, here's the thing. I wouldn't mind if New Day went heel, but like not heel. Just they did heelers tactics because Street Profit was talking mad shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I get that.
Yeah.
But they ain't got to be bad guys.
No, you don't.
So,
who knows? Anyway, before we go, where you give SmackDown?
I give it a solid A.
I give it A.
That last match at the end was very, very good. Buddy and Seth was very, very good.
Yeah.
Like, if there's anything from SmackDown to take away, watch those two matches and then watch Roman sit down.
Yeah.
And talk with Drew.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. SmackDown kickoff. There's a dual brand battle royal set for the Survivor Series kickoff. That's something that Big E could win then.
Okay.
If he don't win, I'm gonna go and fight somebody.
No, they don't have the participants up yet,
Not
right?
at all. It's just a random battle royal. So whoever party's not on the card is in that match. So you're gonna see the 24/7 title get changed a few times. You're gonna get a bunch of people eliminated. You're gonna have some shenanigans with the belt and all.
All right.
So let's go to our Survivor predictions. We go to the podcast we listen to, and then we wrap this up.
Yes, sir.
So 5-on-5 men's Survivor Series elimination
Team
match.
SmackDown.
I have Retribution destroying both.
I like that idea, but I realistically believe Retribution will cause Team Raw to lose.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think so. That. 5-on-5 women's Survivor Series match. Team Raw consists of Peyton Royce, Lacey Evans, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, and who's that?
I think it's Lana.
And Lana. Lana's not even on the picture. That's fucked
On
up.
the picture. Yes, it is. Yo, it's even worse. Yo, she should be mad like Sammy. You saw Sammy.
Yeah, I
pissed
understand
off?
Sammy. It was like, hell, how you don't have two of your prestigious titles on the fucking thing?
On the shirt. Yo, come on.
You got Bianca Belair, the Wyatt Squad, Natalia, and Bailey. I like SmackDown's team better. Just 100%
SmackDown.
better. Yeah.
SmackDown.
Because you have Peyton Royce and Lacey Evans that are like oil and water. Yeah, Nia Jackson and Shayna Baszler, which is also like oil and water.
Uh-huh.
And
you
then
got
you
poor
have
Lana. No,
her
Lana's
back
gonna
hurt.
win. I just
Yeah,
thought of it.
yeah,
Lana's gonna win this match. Watch.
yeah. That's most
That's
likely.
probably the thing.
I just like Team SmackDown better. I think Bianca Belair is gonna eliminate half of them.
Okay. I like that.
Uh,
But here's the thing. You just put that in my head. I think I want SmackDown to win. I think Lana's gonna win.
I
There
want
you go.
if honestly if they don't win, I want Lana to at least get revenge for the table.
Okay.
Like
But
Nia
what's it gotta
Jax is
be?
about to fall on the table and she accidentally go oops and drops her.
Like Shredder? Okay.
Yes, exactly. Just like Shredder. Have her
Nice.
tumble from a fucking rooftop. I don't know. Oops. Anyway, United States champion Bobby Lashley versus Intercontinental Championship Sami Zayn. I'm going for Sami Zayn. I always go for Sami Zayn.
I could go for either one. I'm going for Sammy this time.
I like Sami Zayn as he's a better champion.
I like Bob
I don't
because
like
he just beats people up.
I like Sammy because he's just annoying and I love it.
Yeah, that is also true.
And he's gonna hula kick him in the face.
He just better not turn around. That's all I got.
You know what Sammy's gonna do? He's gonna get his sisters and distract him, and then hula kick him in the face.
Oh, he kicks all 5 of them at the same time. All
Yep. 5 spot.
Okay.
Raw Tag Team Champions, The New Day versus SmackDown Tag Team Champions, The Street Profits.
You know what? I got a feeling the Street Profits are gonna win.
I'm going
really
New Day.
do. I think Big E's gonna. If the New Day wins, it might be something involving Big E. But
Yeah.
I really think that torch gonna be passed that they keep joking about.
Yeah,
So.
I have a feeling New Day is gonna take this. Street Profits been having the upper hand for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then Big E's gonna probably fuck them up.
I would if I was Big E.
Yeah, he getting
He
tired
was
of
talking
shit.
mad yin yang.
He's gonna eat their titles and put syrup on it.
I was gonna say, if you see Big E with a big ass bowl of cereal and it's actually made out of the championship titles, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's some strong ass teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Shout outs to Gears of War 5 having the New Day
yeah.
as playable characters. Now I actually might have to get their Game Pass just to try it out.
Oh, awesome.
I don't play Gears, but for the New Day, I will. Anyway.
I mean, I probably could. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on the Game Pass. It's on
Nice.
PC Game Pass too.
Nice.
And it's free. I think it's a free download.
Wow. All right.
So get on
Okay,
it today.
Mark.
Raw Women's Champion Asuka versus SmackDown Women's Champion Sasha Banks. I would have been more excited about this match if we didn't have this match like for 6 months.
You're right. They forgot that we had this long, protracted, drawn-out feud that had weird and wacky endings to things.
You know what I would
And
like to see?
They want to redo it.
Kairi Sane return and just whack Sasha Banks with the periscope. How Bosco won.
I mean,
Just for that one shot, she won't come back after that. Like she disappears after that. She just
Okay,
wants her
all right.
revenge for the last time Sasha Banks fucked her.
but she has to come out like a ninja. She has to be a Kabuki warrior when she does
she'll
it.
borrow Shozawa's ninja suit.
Oh, even better.
There you
Okay.
go. And use the 7-foot ninja to whack her with.
He jumps off of his head. Awesome.
There you go.
Who do I think is gonna win? I hope Asuka rips her head off.
Damn.
Sasha Banks is evil.
So finish her. Melina
Yes.
style.
Mm-hmm.
WWE Champion Drew McIntyre versus Universal Champion Roman Reigns.
Personally, I want Roman to win.
100% Roman. Like, honestly, this is a match where Drew should win. Just the fact that how Roman betrayed him as the B-man.
I agree.
Like when they don't want the tribal chief, you're coming in instead.
Yeah.
Like I like that promo so much, and I think Drew McIntyre has more to gain off a win than Roman losing. But then again, Roman's been hot, and Roman has not lost.
Oh, true that. True that.
So I
And
don't
this
know.
is like the first real big challenge anyway, because it was Oos.
Yeah, it was Jey Uso, but it
You don't
was a
want
challenge. Look,
you
Jey
don't want to
Uso
throw shade
tried.
on Oos, but it is what it is.
He tried.
So,
He tried.
oh
Um,
man.
yeah, I think I'll say like my honest. I think Drew could benefit the most out of this.
Hmm.
Roman doesn't really benefit if he wins or loses. I think Roman's gonna be the character no matter what. But Drew, I think, gets a bump up for as a champion if he takes out Roman as this character.
I I will say it makes Roman seem that much more legitimate if he wins just because of the stuff he's saying. So,
Yeah,
because it makes him look, the one thing that does put a little dent in his armor is if he loses, then he no longer really has a reason to be mad at Jay,
yeah,
except for being a dick.
yeah. That's true.
So if he doesn't lose, he can continue being the way he is with
What if
no,
Jay costs him the match?
oh, okay. Oh, what if Daniel Bryan causes him the match? Shh, he's got a
What if
reason to.
what if Jay? Yeah, Jay could end Diane Bryan.
What if Randy causes Drew the match?
Yeah, there's a
That makes
lot of
more
like
sense.
shenanigans that could happen.
Hmm.
Or what if
What if Bray
Jimmy?
Wyatt? What if Bray Wyatt comes? What if Bray Wyatt
What
shows up? What
if
if the Fiend
Miz
shows up?
cashes in?
I don't want. Here's the thing about the Miz cashing in. I want the Miz to cash in and get it.
Yeah,
That's what I want. And if I think if he cashes in against Drew, he ain't gonna pin him.
I think if Roman wins, Roman's gonna leave him out, knocked out.
And I think that's a bad idea. Don't do it to Drew.
It's gonna happen to Drew.
He's too strong. He's too strong.
They're gonna tie his hair to the ring.
Yeah. Morrison's gonna handcuff him. There you go. All right.
Handcuff him and tie him to the ring like Sami Zayn did. Yo, that's how I think Sami Zayn's gonna beat Bobby Lashley.
Ooh. All
He's gonna
right.
tie him to something. Yo,
Wow.
Sami Zayn is becoming Yano.
Yes. You know what? Now I hope he wins now. You changed my mind.
Yo, Sami Zayn is WWE Yano.
I'm all for
I'm
that.
all for
Yeah.
that shit.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm looking forward to Survivor Series now after our little creations.
Hmm.
Even though we're not gonna see them and be disappointed and sad and like, damn, they should just went with what I said.
Yeah. I know.
Anyway, it's a podcast we listen to. Major Wrestling Figure Podcast is always one of my favorite podcasts. I always shout them out. SWF is always fun and amazing podcast. But I always shout them out just because I listen to them frequently every single week. It was fun cast. If you're into the toys and you're into everything, they're doing some amazing things as a team. And there's one that Brian Myers just started. I actually want everyone to listen to. Is conversation ECW conversations. Brian Myers. Let me get the real name of it because I don't want to give you the wrong info. But Brian Myers just started a cast. It's not gonna be like a weekly class. It's probably be like once a month or something like that. And yeah, go to podcast.
You know what his is? What the subject matter is?
It's ECW. So
Oh,
Extreme
okay.
Conversations.
Yeah.
It's called Extreme Conversations with Brian Myers. This one went into Heatwave 2000, and he talked to Francine. He talked to Nova. He talked to Just Incredible. He talked to all three of those while like watching the pay-per-view and things like that. So it was very strong conversations, very interesting conversations, and I actually like how he pursued the questions and how he did it, and I actually really enjoyed it. It made me actually go back and watch the pay-per-view. It made me go back and watch some of the leading things to the pay-per-view and things like that. So if you didn't listen to it, definitely check it out. Share, like, subscribe, say how much you like it, because he's trying to see if it's very popular. He would do another one and keep it going. But I actually thought he did an amazing job with this. It's called Extreme Conversations with Brian Myers.
Why was his first guest not Tommy Dreamer?
Was it
Is it
Tommy?
because they
Tommy
can't
was on
sit?
it.
Is it because they can't stay in the same room because they're feuding right now?
I think. Wait, was it? I think it was it was 3 people.
Okay.
No, it was just Incredible. It was Francine, and it was Steve Carino, and then Nova. It was those 4.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Corino was the champion at the time, or was the champ? Oh no, he was he? No, he wasn't the champion because it was Tommy Dreamer and Just Incredible fighting for the title.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely check that out. Was one of my favorite listens this month. And also check out the other ones, the FWF and also the regular Major Wrestling Figure podcast. We had Buddy Murphy on after the bell. Very fun conversation, very interesting conversation. I actually like Buddy Murphy a lot, so I was happy to hear it. You had what was the Chris Van Vliet? He had JTG on Chris Van Vliet, which was an interesting, a little sad conversation. They talked about Shad Gaspar and all that stuff, and
Okay.
it was a little sad, a little tearjerker. Lenia Garcia had Cesaro on. That was a very, very, very great conversation. I love Cesaro, so it was a really fun conversation in general. Taker was on Not Sam, so if you didn't hear that, definitely listen to that as well. I think it was Taker and Kane on Not Sam.
Wow. Okay.
And yeah, podcast. Alexa Bliss had a comedian on. I don't know who she was, but it was actually a fun conversation. So,
all right, nice.
Yes, I think Sanshi Blackheart is on Lillian Garcia's this week.
Really? Wow.
Shansi's getting a lot of fucking time, yo.
Well, she's putting herself out there to be the face of
beautiful.
like War Games, and
She's
then she was the face of.
She's my buddy.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember I told you
met her at
Evolve.
the show.
Yeah, Evolve. I was getting a beer, and me and her was having a conversation, a full blown conversation, cracking jokes and shit, waiting for my beer, and she was drinking a couple of shots, and then she was like, "Oh shit, my music," and she fucking ran. And I was like, "Oh shit!" I talked to her.
That's hilarious.
So to this day, I call her my homie because she was my homie for a few minutes.
Yes, sir.
She's very pretty too. She's very.
And she's talented, man.
Yeah,
she's
just got stuff standing on her head.
This is true. She does remind me, like, if she wanted to pursue it, she could be like this generation's Elvira, like, or the equivalent of a Scream Queen.
Yeah,
because they don't really have those anymore. I get it,
Elvira's
but like,
still,
I know,
still doing it.
But I'm talking about a new generation, man. You know, she needs to just chill and get all her residuals.
I'll tell you,
you know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you, Elvira's boobs had not aged.
Well, good for her.
She has very straight. Her boobs have not aged. The face aged. Boobs have not aged.
I mean, it's time, man. Some people got it, some people don't. It's what it is.
But she's Elvira's still going. Honestly, there were like 2 reality shows of the next Elvira, and I never seen none of those people win. The person that won never be Elvira.
Huh? That's interesting.
Elvira's still Elvira. So
Yeah.
who knows? But yeah, she could be that. She could even be that as a WWE wrestler. She could be like the Halloween, especially with Halloween Havoc. If she's still there, well, next Halloween Havoc, should be her pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
She should be the NXT Women's Champion by then.
Let's see if she could not fall on her head.
Yeah.
Yes,
Stop falling on your
see.
head. Stop lying on your back hard.
Mm-hmm.
And get your tank fixed. Because what you were doing in that workshop was not fixing your tank. You were just making fires.
Yeah, she was playing with fire. That's messed up. She seems like the type to get distracted by fire. Like, oh,
she used to be a fire dancer. Like those heavy metal.
All
fire.
right.
Yeah,
There you go. So she got the skills.
Yeah, like the heavy metal fire dancers and shit that they be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, she used to do that shit.
That's awesome. So
I looked up her background.
Again, she's the more and more you tell me about her, it's just like she fits the mold of just all that she is now. It's like, damn, all right.
Yep.
Don't put her on the main roster.
Don't stay away.
Stay away.
Stay away from the main roster. You're not needed, and they don't need you. So don't.
Nope.
Even if they say it's desperate, they don't need you. NXT needs you.
Yes.
We need to see you in NXT. You stay in NXT. Be like a mainstay, like Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. Just say that you don't want to go.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
All right. We're going to wrap this up. This is the Wrestling Babble podcast. You can listen to us every Sunday live on around 11 o'clock. Follow us on all social medias. We have a Facebook page, the Wrestling Babble, and the Wrestling page. We are very active on there, especially tonight with Survivor Series. We'll be having the active polls and discussions for the matches, each match. We do try not to put spoilers, but we will just discuss in each match going on. I try to get people to watch. That's why.
Okay.
So I don't like to put spoilers. Like I won't put like the results until like Tuesday or Wednesday.
Makes sense.
Because I feel like people should watch.
I mean, that's the name of the game.
Yeah.
We can all relate.
Yep. Follow me on all social medias with Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Twitch, YouTube, and SoundCloud. All Mark with the Mic. Follow our Red Cycle Inc. Spotify page. It gives us every single podcast we ever done. It's on that page. You can listen to that all the way from the beginning.
Do it.
And follow Red Cycle Inc.
Yes, anywhere and everywhere. Red Cyclone Inc. That's YouTube, Instagram, SoundCloud, Twitter, Tumblr, and we got a WordPress.
Yep.
And the Facebook group, Red Cyclone Inc. So check that out.
Yep.
That's it.
And follow all our other casts. We do have a new Morphin cast that was just put up. Definitely check it out for Miyu Sentai, Time Ranger. Follow our other cast, the Not a Trekkie, the Gamer Rage, which we'll have a new episode next Friday, and the Shell Shock podcast, which the next one we'll be recording will be based on the first season of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cartoon.
Nice.
Which is only 7 episodes, which is amazing.
Oh, okay. Good. There you go.
Yeah, so peace out, laters, and always remember, follow the Jinkies.
Sandwiches, man.
With an urn.
He's hungry.
Oh, yeah, my Jinkies.
Put a sandwich in his mouth.